come back around. You want to make sure you pull that up there and get right in this corner. You can pull that up there like so. See that? Now we're going to end up, you want to make sure I get about 3 stitches in there. That's what I try for anyway. I guess they're about 3/4 of an inch apart. And I got my hide thin enough so I'm not going to lose a lot when it dries. Here's the corner for that other one. So now what I've got is I've got my V. I'm pulling it tight because I want that baby. I want to make sure that I'm in there. And those are tight up against the antler burrs. What I do is I tie that really nice and tight so I got a good tight knot. Okay. You always come back and trim that off. Okay. Now we've got the head pretty much locked in there. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to take and pull this hide down some more. You can see that. And I'm going to get my 2 balls of clay. There they are right here under the deer. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to put them up in the ear butts, where the ear butts are. Right here on your ear. Just go ahead and put them in there. Same thing over here. And what that does, that puts a little tension on that hide too. Takes up a little space. Now, what I want to do is pull that hide down there. Because I want to, when I sew that up, that is going to lock into place pretty good right there. Because this hide is a tight fit. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and get my string ready to go here. Oh, by the way, I got a nice buck the other night. I didn't get it on video. Got a nice 8-pointer. It was, let's see, the 23rd, and he was following a doe, so the bucks were moving pretty good. Okay, now I'm starting to sew this up here. Make sure you don't get tangled up in the ears. Boys end up getting tangled up. Now, I got mounting stands I would use, but most people don't, or most beginners don't have that. It's one of the things I had mine made. My brother and his son-in-law made for me. And any other time I just put it right on there. Pull it tight as you go. This is one of those things, if you just keep pulling your thread tight all the time. You want to make sure that you get that stitch tight. Put in 3 or 4 stitches and then just really pull it tight. And that just seems to really give you a nice tight seam. What I want to do on this deer is, because you're going to be a short-haired deer, you're going to be able to see that seam if I don't get it tight. And I'll pound it down with a hammer even, so that seam lays flat. And I'm going to go down the back of the neck with about 1/2-inch stitches, because this is a, like I say, short-haired deer. I don't want it to stretch a lot, come apart a lot. Long-haired deer, if your seam comes apart a little bit, you can go ahead and hide it with the hair. A short-haired deer, you don't have that luxury. And what I did, I made sure I thinned this down real good through here. So, and that'll save me on, when it dries, it won't shrink as much. The thinner you get your hide, the less you're going to shrink. There you go. That beard was bothering me a little bit. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this thing sewn up here. And I'll tell you, you know, I don't know how to say this, but this taxidermy isn't a big mystery. A little bit of artistic ability, you know. if you know what animals look like in the field, you can, and if you can replicate that in your mounts or come close, you'll do all right. That some people just don't see it. And now why, I don't know. I know some people like that. They see it, they think they can do it, but they do not come across. Their mounts just don't look real. Either got bug eyes, or usually it's the eyes and nose that don't look quite right. And it's a shame, because they have the best of intentions. Now what I do here is I pull that tight, make sure everything is tight on my last loop. I got my string here, and I'll go ahead and make a double loop, pull that through, and tighten that right on up. Tighten it right on up. And I'll go ahead and cut that loose. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get this hide stretched down. What I want to do is I want to get some, I'm going to pull this hide up, just like it is now, as far as I can. I've got it around the head. What I want to do, I want to get everything in here glued up. So that's what we're doing right now. Just go ahead and get some glue on there. I want this deer to show some detail when it's done. And get the side muscles here on the shoulder, on the back of the neck, where those wrinkles, skin wrinkles were. We want to make sure we get all that stuff. On the shoulder, we don't want anything drumming. Go ahead and get these armpits good, the brisket, right in here, nice muscular detail you want to show up. And if you don't glue it and pin that or nail it, you're going to end up getting with a little, getting a little drumming in there. Okay, now what we want to do is just flip your hide back now. Actually, the glue will make it a little bit easier. Okay, here we go. We're just starting to pull this hide down. You can already see this muscle right in through here. What I'll do is we get everything, the eyes all done. We'll get this all pinned up, and it'll look really nice. What we want to do is we want to get this down here. Get your brisket line right here on your brisket. You get that right in the center. Here's the center of the neck. I'm a little bit off. What I'll do is I'll pull that over a little. That's what this tool is so handy for. You can move hide with it, which I like. If you can move hide, you got this game about whipped. Now, what I'm using on here is an offset shoulder form. So, you gotta make sure that your deer are skinned out properly for that. You got to have a little bit more hide. Oh yeah, that's going to look nice. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up like so. I'm going to get my stapler, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this over here. You want to get your armpit in here, right, where the leg goes. You don't want this hair right here. It should come right up along this line right here, right around the brisket. That's what we want. And this one will be a little bit shorter because you got more of this shoulder showing. But you don't want it to be out here like this. This brisket hair right here does not belong over here. It belongs inside the leg. And that's the way we're going to have it. Anyway, smooth that down. I'll get my